Alright, so sorry if the audio's jacked up right now. It's really windy out here. But out on the track this morning for the AM session, we have the acceleration complex today. So that's the skips for distance into the sled sprint into the acceleration bounds up the incline. Last week when I did this, it rained the night before, so it was really slick. So it was more about just making sure I don't slip around and hurt myself. Today, it's very beautiful out, so no rain, surfaces are dry, so it's going to allow me to put a little bit more effort into the session today. We're going to try to do the sled on the track. I think it should work, but the way that this sled is made, this surface here, or that material, glides really well on a track surface. So if I'm not getting the resistance I feel that I need to get, I'll probably put that back on the asphalt today and do the 20 meters over there. But we're gonna do some warm-ups, hit the wall drills, hit some A drills on the track, and then we're gonna get after it. Okay, finished up with the warm-up. The A drills on the wall, A drills walking. For those A drills specifically, what you should focus on is being tall from the hip up to the top of your head. And then every time that knee comes up, you want the toe to come up with it. So if your right knee's up, you want to be pulling that right toe up and be in the correct position. So doing that just fires up the hip flexors. You can feel it in the opposite glute. It just kind of gets the legs warm, ready to do some of the acceleration drills that I'm about to do. So we have 5 sets this week of 30-meter skips for distance, 20-meter sled sprint, and then 40-meter acceleration bounds up the hill. So we're gonna try the sleds on the track, see how it goes. I have a feeling that we're gonna move it to the asphalt though. Between each movement, you're gonna rest for 2 minutes, and then after each set, you're gonna rest for 4 minutes. On the incline bounds, a small incline is all you really need. I'm just doing it on this little patch of asphalt over here. So start down here all the way to the top. It's just about 40 meters when I do from bottom to top, and then the skips will just be on the track. So that's the AM session today, and we're gonna get after it. So it's extremely windy out there. I'm not sure if any of the audio is going to be good enough to use, but hopefully it is. So I'm at my gym now. Just wanted to do a quick recap of the AM session. So it's all about putting force into the ground. The skips for distance, think of it as getting that knee high out in front of you and then driving that foot down into the ground and propelling yourself forward. When you're doing the sled sprint, again, it's about driving that knee up and putting that foot down behind you, so you're accelerating. So that body angle should be leaning forward, shoulders out in front, the knee should come up, and you should think about pushing down and back behind yourself. And the same thing with the acceleration bounds on the incline. You should be thinking about really driving that knee up and forward, putting that foot down behind you, kind of over-exaggerating the amount of time that you're on the ground and over-exaggerating the amount of time that you're in the air. That complex is all about creating force and focusing on the acceleration phase of a sprint, which obviously in bobsled is huge. So I have some work to do here at the gym. I'm gonna paint logos and do all that kind of stuff. We have an open house this weekend. I'll be here working, gonna eat, and then we have the PM session later on this afternoon. So the afternoon session was the Snatch EMOM, front squats, and feet up bench press. I didn't have a lot of time to do any kind of explanations in the gym when I was there today. The Iceland's restrictions due to coronavirus are loosening up, so there was more people in the gym today than had been in there for the past couple months. I've been lucky enough to have access to the gym even though it's been closed. So there's people in there playing music. I didn't want to kill the vibe by walking around with a video camera trying to explain different things and talk about stuff. When there's multiple people in there like that, I'm just gonna set the camera up and train and try to be out of everyone else's way and let them do their training as well. So overall, the session itself was good. The Snatch EMOM was an extension off of last week, so we did 10 minutes of one snatch pull into one power snatch. I did the power snatch from a hang position. My back was a little tight today, so I didn't think pulling from the floor was going to be the best option for me. So I switched that up and did the hang. Front squats was built to a 3 rep at 8.5 RPE, and then drop down 15%. Do 2 sets of 3 and follow that up with 1 set of AMRAP. I did the 8.5 RPE, I believe I was at 170. I dropped down 15%, which put me at 145, and then did my 2 sets of 3 there. And then I decided not to do the AMRAP. Again, my back was a little tight. I probably could have done it and been just fine, but for me it was more, you know, don't risk anything and live to train another day versus just trying to do something to do it. So the 2 sets of 3 and the heavy set of 3 today felt fine, but I wasn't going to push myself. On the bench press, it was 4 sets of 6 at 115 kilos, which I don't remember what percent that is for me. It's like a little over 70% for me. But yeah, pretty simple day in the weight room. We have one session tomorrow, just a strength session, no running in the morning, so take the morning off and we'll be back in the weight room tomorrow afternoon.